We have candidates here that want to take 2 minutes and announce what they're doing. John, you want to come up? John Pepin? When I first met John, he had paint all over him. And his name was, he said his name was Pepin, and I said Paint and Pepin.
Yeah.
So, 2 minutes.
Okay. I'm running for Senate District number 2. Just want to talk to you guys real quick. Part of the reason I'm running is I'm just tired of being kind of messed around. That's the best way I know how to put it nicely. I'm just really ticked off about what's going on. You know, I went down to the state capitol and I talked to our senator and I said, you know,
Hey, stand behind us.
Allie Seyfried. I talked to her, and she's my senator, and I'm running against her, to be fair. And I said, hey, listen, you know, you have a line item here, and it's $900,000 last year. This year it's going to be $8.4 million. Where'd that $8 million go? What are we spending that on? She said, I don't know. And I thought, well, you're going to go and, you know, approve the budget here in a few minutes, and you're going to vote yes for it, but you don't know where that $8 million is going to. She said, well, I do mostly education. That's fine. Thought about it later. I thought, well, you know, I looked it up. I found out she's on the committee, and the line item's aeronautics. And I'm going, you're on the Aeronautics and Transportation Committee. You got an $8 million increase, and you don't know what it's for. Okay.
She put forward the DEQ bill too about aluminum.
Exactly.
Water.
She voted for the aluminum smelter. She voted for that Senate Bill 998, which allows the utility companies to increase their cost to the consumers to pay for future infrastructure projects. Okay. We wouldn't need a future infrastructure project if we didn't have data centers and we didn't have aluminum smelters. And you know, the thing I have that infuriates me probably more than anything about this aluminum smelter is 20 years ago, we had 30 smelters in this country, all right? They produced about 8 million metric tons of aluminum, okay? And what happened is our lawmakers shut down coal power plants and started keep building wind energy and solar energy. You know what happened? The price of electricity went up. At that time, an average American household paid 2.3% of their electric bill. The disposable money is their electric bill, okay? Today, it's about 17% of their disposable money goes to an electric bill.
Yeah.
Okay? The problem, though, is I keep seeing this. I'm like, we're going to build a smelter. The reason those close is because you can't sell aluminum on the global market at that price. It's the most expensive aluminum in the world. Okay? So what happens is you have, well, at the time, years ago when I looked at this, when I was working in the defense industry, we had 4 smelters. Now we have 3. And the problem that I look at is they're all competing over one customer. That's the U.S. Department of Defense, okay? So you can build as many smelters as you want. The problem is you can't sell the aluminum for what the price is going on the global market because they consume more power than you can sell the aluminum for. That's what probably infuriates me more than anything about this. Because, yeah, you can build another one, but the price is still going to be astronomical. And then the places you have, like in Kentucky and Ohio, they would be glad to take a smelter. And so this is what confuses me. And then we're gonna turn right around. We're going to vote for increased electricity costs. We're going to add windmills. We're going to add data centers. Well, what's that going to do to the price of electricity? It's going to continue to drive it up. Okay? And then we're going to say, well, let's produce a smelter that'll make aluminum we can't sell to anybody. Okay? I can't even make this stuff up, you know? And I look at that going, there's just one problem, though. The aluminum is mostly going to Alcoa, Kaiser, people that are building airplanes for the U.S. Department of Defense. So I look at this and I go, well, that's not a big deal. I mean, it's just the U.S. taxpayer paying for that. You know what I mean? So I look at some of this stuff and I say, I don't like it. That's why I'm running for office. I'm running for Senate District 2. I got the southern half of Rogers County over to Pryor, over to Owasso. Vote for me if you want to. If you like what you're getting now, I would tell you vote for that.
What's your name?
John Peyton Pepin. I'll be on the ballot as Peyton Pepin. So if you got any questions, ask me.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thanks, John. If not, we have 2 other candidates here. I skipped over them. It's my fault. Why don't you give 2 minutes, if you can, and talk about what you're doing and why.
Okay, so my name is Amber Dawn Ellis, and I'm running for House of Representatives District 6. It covers parts of Nowata, Craig, Mays, and Rogers County. I'm a waitress here in town. I absolutely do not want to do what I'm doing, but I am doing it. I started last year with standing up against Drag Queen Story Time, trying to get local churches and pastors, business owners, leaders in the community. They were all hand in hand bringing it in. It wasn't a very good thing. I stood alone. I felt like I wasn't alone. Lots of people came out and helped. Charity Lynch was one of them. Gabe Woolley was another representative that stood up and came out. I had death threats. They've tried to get me fired. They're still trying to get me fired. So anyways, when it comes to the incumbent is Rusty Cornwell, there's human sludge being put on farmland in District 6. Cattle have already died and people are sick. Okay, he says he has no idea what I'm talking about, but I know that he's lying. He's a very nice guy. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's a lie because I know somebody personally and I know that they're not lying when they say that cattle have died and that somebody's sick, so I know. Also, I've stood up against Muslim Day at the Capitol, which was April 20th. It did not happen. Praise God. All glory be to God. Because within 3 days of finding out the date, they hide the date. But within 3 days of finding out the date, they canceled because Oklahoma, because I am a servant of the Lord. Okay, it was God's doing. But works without faith without works is dead. And so getting the word out across Oklahoma, I truly believe that's what shut it down. I still went up there and I still tried to talk to representatives about all these things. The green scam, I've been involved trying to help stop, hold back, whatever I can do, anywhere I can do, and not even in my district, anywhere and all over the state of Oklahoma. And so I'm already a servant to Oklahoma. It doesn't matter what county it is, but this is where I've stepped in to try to stand up and hold it back and do what I can for the people of Oklahoma. Again, my name is Amber Dawn Ellis, House of Representatives, District 6.
All right, hello guys. My name is Lane Brown. I'm running for Rogers County Commissioner, District 1, so that's up towards Chelsea, Foyle, and then most of Claremore. Dan DeLozier is the current incumbent. He's retiring, so there's like 4 of us in the race. But I will just be very blunt. I'm the only candidate in the race that has come out against the smelter and the data center project Mustang. I've actually given a clear action path on how the county commissioners can stop that, which they can propose a moratorium to stop the construction of both projects, which they will tell you to your face that they can't do anything, but they're lying to you. I've been to several meetings where they have told people that they can't do anything. Again, they're lying. So on day 1, if I'm elected, I plan to propose a moratorium to stop both of the construction of both of those projects. And that's something that I've been committed to since the start. And then I've refused to sign a non-disclosure agreement. I don't take any lobbyists or PAC money either. It's just funded by donors in the district and myself. So again, my name is Lane Brown. I'm running for Rogers County Commissioner in District 1, and I appreciate your support. Thank you.
I'm glad to be introducing the next person that's here. I count him as a friend. He may not count me as that, but I count him as a friend. Jackson Laymeyer. He's forgotten all about me, but that's okay, Jackson. He's running for the Senate, District 1. All right. And I want him to win. That's right. I want him to be there because he's the man for the job. Jackson, come on up here.
Thanks, Alan. I appreciate it.
Take 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, since Dean wants to make fun of me, let me tell you something funny about Dean. The other night, he called me out of the blue, and I answered, and he said, "Jackson, I got a question for you. Do you believe in free speech?" And, when you're running for office, you get asked a lot of questions. What do you believe about taxes, healthcare, all that kind of stuff? But I don't think anyone's ever asked me, do you believe in free speech? And so I thought it was a trick question. And I said, well, Dean, of course I believe in free speech. I'm a red-blooded MAGA Republican. And Dean said, fantastic, I want you to come give one in Claremore, Oklahoma at the Big Barn. And so here I am, Dean, you're welcome. It's good to be here with you guys. And I see some beautiful Lallmeyer shirts in here, and so that's a good looking one. I saw another one over there. But for those of you who may not know, as Dean said, my name is Jackson Lallmeyer, and I serve as the pastor of Sheridan Church in Tulsa, Oklahoma, also with a campus in Oklahoma City. During the 2024 presidential election, I was privileged to serve as the lead of pastors for Trump, which was the effort to mobilize the largest voting bloc in America, which is the evangelical voting bloc, because we knew that if evangelicals turned out to vote, that Donald Trump would get across the finish line. And so we went after pastors because pastors have an influence over their congregations. And the method worked. Evangelicals turned out in mass, and here's the good news, guys. 9 out of 10 evangelicals in the United States of America voted for Donald Trump in the 2024 election. So helped get him across the finish line. And since then, I have been serving on the National Faith Advisory Board, working in the White House Faith Office, serving the president in regards to issues of religious liberty and different things like that. But currently, I'm on a brand new journey. I am running for Congress in District 1 here in Oklahoma to carry on the legacy of Kevin Hern, who did a phenomenal job representing us in D.C. And the reason that I am running is very simple. I want to take our shared Oklahoma values, which is pretty basic for us Okies. We are hard workers, we're people of integrity, we are resilient. I want to take our values to D.C. to help advance President Trump's America First agenda, which looks like securing and keeping our southern border closed up, removing illegal criminals off of our streets, making sure that American families can actually afford to live in the United States of America. But two big ones that I think you all will resonate with here is I also want to make sure that not a single inch of American farmland is owned by the Communist Chinese Party, because American farmland, it belongs to Americans. And then the other big battle that I have been in well before I was ever running for this seat is ensuring that Sharia law never takes root in this country. This is a massive issue that we are facing, and I've been battling this, like I said, well before running for office as a pastor. And in fact, General Michael Flynn will be with me this Friday at my church in Tulsa, and we're going to be doing a training. General Flynn, Tommy Robinson, the guy from the UK who has been very vocal about how the United Kingdom has fallen to Islam. And he is over here in America sounding the alarm that if we don't get it together very soon, we are going to be nothing more than what England already is. And so this Friday at 6:30 p.m., General Flynn will be at the church, Tommy Robinson and some other people. And so it is a ticketed event, and there is a cost to it. But I just felt like for you guys, if you're a part of Rogers County City Elders, you do not have to register and pay. You can just show up on Friday night, and we'll let you in the door. Okay? Does that sound like a good plan? You can just show up Friday night, Sheridan Church, and we'll let you in, and it'll be a good time. So, a couple things about me, of why I'm doing this, who I am. It's really interesting. I grew up like right over there. I grew up on 530 Road. I went to Justice, Iowa, all the way through. So this is like, sorry for any of you who lived out in this area, because I was one of the menaces that was over here. And so this is my backyard. It's good to be back home. Now, I live in Owasso with my wife, Kendra. We've got a basketball team full of kids. We've got 5 of them: Hannah, Ashton, Blitz, Eva, and Lakin. And I'm a graduate of Oral Roberts University, did my undergrad and my master's degree. Are you a Golden Eagle as well? Yeah, just like, oh, are you? Yeah, I'm a Golden Eagle. So it's a little background on me. And, you know, I recognize that some people would ask the question, you know, Jackson, why are you doing this? Because originally, when we were looking at doing this, when I was asked to do this, I had originally said no, because it was an unexpected race. And our church is growing, my family's growing, I serve the president in the White House, and so I got a good thing going and wasn't really looking to jump into this race. But I've come to realize something. You know, as a pastor, and Dean, you'll know this, your heartbeat as a pastor is that people matter. I mean, that's why you do what you do, is people matter. And I've discovered that politics really does matter, because politics directly impacts and shapes policy. And policy directly impacts people. And so if we care about people, we want to make sure there is good policy. But policy is determined by winning politically. And here's what policy can do. Policy can make our life easier, or policy can make our life harder. We don't need more regulation. We need less regulation. We don't need more taxes. What do we need? Less tax. Is this a crowd that wants more taxes? Am I in the wrong? Maybe I'm in the wrong place. And so I believe that with the leadership experience that I've been able to kind of get flung into, I never wanted to be political, just so you guys are aware. I was very happy pastoring my church until 2020 took place. And in 2020, we decided to keep our church open in Tulsa. Well, that went against the edict of the mayor of Tulsa. And the mayor of Tulsa threatened to arrest me over having church in Tulsa. And that got me flung into this political arena that I am now in. And so we fought that battle. Politics directly impacted my life as a pastor. I realized how important our city council was. I realized how important who your mayor. It wasn't the president of the United States that threatened to arrest me. It was the mayor of Tulsa. And when the vaccine mandates came down, you know, we fought back on that. We signed over 75,000 COVID-19 religious exemption forms for people all over the country. And so I know what it's like to take a stand that is unpopular in the moment, but when you look back, you can be grateful you were on the right side of history. And so my pledge to you all, if I'm fortunate enough to be elected and go to Washington, D.C., is I don't want to be that guy that comes to something like this and promises the world and then delivers on nothing. I want to underpromise and I want to overdeliver for you. Yes. I want to bring your values to D.C. and I want to advance America First policies that are common sense policies. And in order to do this, I do need your help. Now, I recognize not everybody in this room lives probably in District 1. Some of you may live in District 2. If you live in District 1, I would love to have your vote. Your vote matters so much. June the 16th, that's when the primary is. And you guys know this. Whoever wins the Republican primary will win the general election in District 1. But maybe you live outside of District 1 and you're like, I can't vote for you. So what else can I do for you? Two things. One, would you pray for us? This is a very short sprint, so we are working day and night. We only have, John, how many days do we have left? 54 days? 54 days till the end. We just got in this thing 3 weeks ago. Now there's, 2 months left. And pray for us. But secondly, consider partnering with us financially, because this is such a short sprint. The key is to get cash in to go on television, radio, mailers, all the stuff to reach the voters, because you just don't have time to go out and reach every voter in 54 days. And so we do that by fundraising and getting on the air, television, radio, also mailers. And you may be like, well, I can't vote for you, so why would I financially support you? Well, here's the reality. Whoever wins this congressional seat is going to impact your life, whether you live in the district or not. Whoever's in D.C., guess what? They impact all of our lives. I'll tell you something crazy on my way over here. A guy from Oregon, not Oklahoma, Oregon. A guy from Oregon calls me and says, hey, I don't live in your district. I cannot vote for you. I am praying for you. But I know that if you win, that you will represent our Christian community well. And a guy from Oregon just gave $5,000 to my campaign on the way over here. From Oregon. I like Oregon, What are they, the Ducks up there or something like that?
And so, listen, I don't know maybe what you could do tonight, but I need your help. And John, I'm going to end here. If you will give to our campaign tonight, I want to give something to you. I brought my books with me, and you give anything to the campaign. Whether it's $5, $10, $1,000. Remember, you spell thousand THOUSAND, and 5 is FIVE. But you give anything to the campaign. I'll send you home with a book tonight. I'll sign it, or I don't have to sign it. But guys, it's an honor to be here with you. I could use your prayers. I could use your support. If you live in the district, I could use your vote. Dean, thank you for having me. Don't forget, you're invited Friday night. God bless you guys. It's good to be with you.